Hello, this is the first video in the History of Microsoft Windows video series here on YouTube. Today we're looking at Windows 1.0 or Windows 1.1 because there was 1.0 wasn't released. It's a bit confusing, that is, but hey, it says 1.0 elsewhere, but in the actual about menus it says 1.01. It was released on the 20th of November 1985 and support ended on the 31st of December 2001. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. But the first thing to know, to install this version of Windows, you need MS-DOS. Now, you can see DOS prompt quite clearly here. We're going to type in CD when I click on it on the VM window. I'm going to have CD C Windows. We're now in the Windows directory, and we're going to type win, and that will load up the Windows executable. Now, please note, I do not have a mouse driver for this, so if I get stuck on anything and have to pause the video and work it out, I do apologise. Now, because this is the first version of Windows, there really isn't that much you can compare it with in the past. So we're going to go through everything in this version, basically, because that means that we can see how things change in future versions. So let's get started. As you can see, we have PIF folder here. That is to do with MS-DOS shortcuts. And you can still get those in Windows now, 32-bit Windows now. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to get to the file menu without a mouse. Just press Alt and then F. And then to exit out of that by pressing Escape, you can press Alt and V. And that'll get into that, and the same for F. So we're going to look at the About Windows first. About. As you can see, version 1.01, even though it's actually 1.0, so we know what happened there. Copyright 1985. First thing we'll look at, Notepad. I'll just open this from abc.txt, and I'm going to show you the fact that you can't at all change any formatting options. In Notepad now, you can change the font for the whole document. In Notepad in 1985, you could not. So as you can see, it's very basic, and I'll just show you the About, although I won't be showing any more because it's all the same. It just says, instead of MS-DOS Executive Model, the name of the program. Okay, Alt F. Go up here and go to Icon. Now, excuse me if I cannot work this out. One second. I did this a second ago and now I'm ready to. That isn't actually as hard as you may think. It's a bit confusing at first, but to actually go back into it, you have to press Alt Tab as you would now. As you can see, we're swapping between the two at the bottom, and as you're holding Alt, you press Enter. Simple as that. So we're going to exit Notepad. I'm going to look at the next. We're going to look at the thing. Save it. We're going to go and open Calc. Just Calculator. We can see the Calculator works. I can't use the mouse, so if I get stuck again, excuse that. 2 plus 2 equal. You can't press Enter. You have to press equals. Equals 4 minus 2 equals 2. Here we can just notice how you can't press Alt F. You have to press Alt E because that's all there is. We can just copy. It's in the F2 key actually. Now, I can close this, and we're going to look at calendar now. So we can type some random rubbish in here. So at 8 AM today, and we're going to type in get out of bed, bake a YouTube and spell video, and in the afternoon maybe you want to chat on Facebook, and then after that, that's quite cool. I don't know, I'm just thinking of random rubbish that you could possibly do. Of course you couldn't do that here. No, actually there's an alarm option. I probably can't show you that because we don't have any. Okay then, so what that will do is you can see it's added a little alarm icon next to have a Skype call. I presume that will make the computer make a beep or something when it gets to a o'clock this afternoon. Well, it's already 9 o'clock this afternoon, so that isn't happening. I can't really show that because we do not have any sound drivers. We have some settings over here so we can show previous day if we could do this. All page up and down. Page up and down. Home. If we go back to it and close this, we can actually save it. We're going to save it anyway. Close. Yep. My calendar. Now notice how we couldn't save that. It's because you have to have 8.3 file names, so we have to put it as my cal. That works. Look at card file, shall we? Easy card file, don't know what the point it is. Hello. This is card file. Microsoft Windows 1.01 in 2016. We can obviously add cards. Have a new card. Basically, it's like a note keeping thing, I think. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's what it is. Click on close or do that. There's card F. Card F. Let's look at clipboard. Nothing here. Basically, when you copy and paste, I presume, things show up in here. Simple as that. Now I'm stuck because we don't have a file option, so let me work out how to do this without a mouse, because I know how to use Windows 1.0 or 1.01 with a mouse, but I've never done it with a keyboard before, and when the driver decides it's not going to work, that's what you got to do. So just bear with me with that. So I'm not going to be able to close this because obviously I have no idea how without a mouse driver, but that just shows you how Windows has improved. Basically, that shows you how it's evolved to make things easier, because obviously you can't press Alt F4, I don't think, or can we? No, we can't do Alt F4 like we can now. That's a later keyboard shortcut. But to switch apps or programs in this version of Windows, just press Alt Tab as you would now, and you can see MS.C text lights up. Press Enter, that's what comes up. Look at the clock, we all know what this is. Clock, basic, same issue, no mouse. I'm sure I'll work this out eventually. Well, we just have that. I hate controlling Windows with the keyboard. Let's put it that way. We're going to Alt Tab again, if we can. Yep, we can do that. Well, we're learning as we're going along how to use Windows 1.0, slowly but surely. But I don't know how to use this without a mouse, because I've never used it without a mouse before. I have used it before, and I've used it with that, but for whatever reason, it isn't working. No, it may be because the virtual machine software has disabled drivers or whatever, whatnot. But the thing is, no virtual machine software actually goes back as far as Windows 1, which is probably part of the issue, considering that this virtual machine showing as Windows 3.1 control. We have control panel back then. Basically, you can change the date, time, how fast the cursor blinks, and how double clicks work. Installation, add new printers, add new fonts, delete fonts. Don't have any printers, don't have any fonts to add. Comport, preferences, screen colours. Okay, then so we can change the colours of the screen. Now I have no idea how we do that, because let's see if I can work it out, shall we? Because why not? Obviously, if I had a mouse, yes, easy. Here we go. We can tab through these. So we can tab to change the scroll bars. So let's change active title bar. Change that. We don't want it pink. We'll have that. Say green. Just an example. Okay then, so we just tab through and we just click on OK, and the title bar has changed to green. And I've made a terrible noise with my headphones. Alt S. Notice how we can't actually go to the minimize icon. like this. There probably is a way of doing it, but I do not have an instruction manual for this operating system. Eek. Close. Alt tab. Hold it down again. Right. That's obviously a font. Do list.txt. To-do list. Notepad. So this is obviously an example of a to-do list with priorities in Notepad. Yes, I am tired, but that's what you get when you go to bed at 3:30 and are woken up at 8:30. Close that. Alt tab, alt tab, alt tab. Blah blah. This is just fonts. MS-DOS.exe. That just, I presume that's the MS-DOS executive. Notepad, we've seen that. Paint. You can actually use Paint with the keyboard. At the moment, I'm holding space and I'm using the arrow keys to draw lines on the screen. We can change the tool here. I presume we can do that. I can't. So you do that. We can change the tool. I don't know how. Yeah, we can change the tool. I presume there's a way of making this go at an angle. But we can draw like this. I don't even know you can do that in this Paint nowadays. So whatever this is, I don't know. It's just drawing a box, doesn't it? I have no idea what it. Oh, don't know what that's doing. It's supposed to be drawing a cube. That's obviously that. Hold that. What's this? Curvy lines, I presume. Spray paints. Squares, obviously. Filled in squares, so on. You're getting the gist of this. It's taking ages to do. But we can actually go into here and we can change the font, the text. We can have Times New Roman if you want. Change the font size, font style, and the colour palette. It's just black and white, even though the operating system itself isn't black and white. If we go to font size, let's just set it to 30. Tab, 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 tab. Text. Hello. Right, let me find somewhere how to do this. Space. Hello. As you can see, the quality of that isn't very good. That text, that's what you get. We're going to close out of this. My art. Call it that. Alt tab. If you do it. So notice how we have MS-DOS executive open twice now. Alright, as you can see here, we have doc files. Doc files, you might remember those from older versions of Microsoft Word. Well, that is, they are actually used in Windows for Windows Live. Let's go, well, it's firstly reversing, because we all know Steve Ballmer, reversing. I have no idea how the heck to play this game, but we have a keyboard-based mouse. We only use there we go. Don't know what we have to do here. So you cannot do that. I don't even know what I'm doing. There we go. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I don't know what the point of this is. No one used this, I bet. I don't even know what colour I am. But whatever the case, you can select to create a new game. Hid. Okay. Put that again. Click that new window. Alt S. Beginner novice, blah blah blah. Not for me, because I cannot play this game. Close. Okay then. Alt tab. Alt tab. Alt tab. Alt tab. You can see doing that again. That was the successive. Right. Oh, look at that. Terminal. We have the terminal. I cannot type in this terminal. Presumably because we do not have any network drivers. Fair enough. Back to this again. Right. Win.com is the actual keyboard when you start DOS, but to start Windows from DOS. Anyway, we'll look at right. Right is basically what is now WordPad. Hello. the document is Microsoft Windows 1.01 Microsoft Write. Microsoft Write is the precursor to WordPad, what we have now. Okay then, that's what that is. Of course we can print this, we can, on here, shows the font, shows the font size, but yeah, we can search the document, undo typing, shift escape, instead of what you're getting there. Paragraph, document, header, footer. So we can have a header. This is a header. I have no idea how we're going to return to the document. Alt F. I know what it is, we're going to close it. And we're going to type in my doc. There we go. So as you can see, Windows 1.01 is very basic. There isn't that much that you can do in it. It's very, just very basic, isn't it? So I'll tell you some basic history of it. It was first demonstrated on 10th of November 1983, so 2 years and 10 days before it's released. It requires 2 floppy disks and 192 kilobytes of RAM. And Microsoft actually described it as a device driver for MS-DOS 2.0, hence MS-DOS Executive. It was a driver to support multitasking in tiled windows. So, yep. So, that's a benefit, and I have a notification on Facebook. How annoying, but the difference between this and Apple Lisa and Vision is that Microsoft gave you applications from the start, whereas those two operating systems didn't. And actually, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page now. I'll end up buggering up the video though if I do that. But it requires MS-DOS 2.0 minimum by the looks of it, and it was replaced by Windows 2.0, and that will be the next video in this series. Thank you for watching.